In the early 2000s, cheerleading was on the verge of a revolution in Nova Scotia. My name is Wendy McKay, and I was the coach of the legendary team, Heat. A camera crew documented our every move, but that footage has remained unseen until now. Today, I'm reuniting with my former athletes to reminisce about the past and to find out what impact cheerleading has had on their lives. Join me on this journey, and cheers to life. You know, it's not my number one in my life, but it is a priority, and it's what I choose to do. And I mean, you know, come or go, this is kind of where I'm going to be, because the kids, I love it. I love giving back to them, and they, you know, they give right back to you. It's something you can't take with you. Like, you know, you're not making any money. How can you do that? I'm like, well, you know what? Like, I can't take that with me when I'm dead, but what I'm going to leave behind is, you know, is way better than that, you know? And I mean, these kids, like, you change lives when you do this kind of stuff.
Keep those arms locked, mitts ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip
I think that, you know, there's a lot of team unity, and everybody gets to be really close really quick, and they respect each other, and that's all I ask, that they respect each other inside and outside of practice. This is an escape for a lot of kids. They come to cheerleading, they leave it at the door, and they come in, and, you know, it's really an escape for a lot of people too. So it's kind of our own shared space. We all come and be ourselves here. I've been coaching cheerleading for 13 years. It's something I don't think I could give up for quite a few years to come.
Right. Now I'm saying use this, force it down to force your body up. So it's like this. Stand up and own it. No, it's got me up back to the world. Right? Yeah. Be the queen anywhere. Yeah. Put that face on and everybody will forget what's going on underneath you, okay? Let's go.
I guess where cheerleading started for me would have been way back in junior high. A group of my friends decided that they were all going to join the cheerleading team, and I was in grade 9. It would have been back in the days where cheerleading was vastly different than today. We had to all sit in chairs at the same time, cross and uncross our legs at the same time. We had to do pom-pom passes. You would do a dance component. The stunting that we do today is nothing like it was, and there was very little gymnastics. I think, like, I had a cartwheel, so I was a great cheerleader back then, but nothing like they do today. Fast forward many years later, my neighbor had a daughter who was 12 or 13, and their school needed a coach, which was then Prince Arthur Junior High. And she convinced me. She came to my door with her friends, and we need a cheerleading coach. We heard you did it. I was like, that was eons ago. And I was literally on the team for 1 year, and it's changed so much. And I have 2 little kids, and anyway, so I couldn't argue with them. And so I went to the school to meet with the principal. And then it was like, I think 14 years I coached at Prince Arthur. And then when they transitioned up to the high school, I think a year or 2 later, then they were like, the coach up here at Dartmouth High is leaving. Would you come up and coach there? And I was like, oh, I don't know, you know, we'll come up. Maybe I could come and give a hand or something until somebody takes over. And then I was there for 16 years. And then got to the high school, and then some of them were aging out of the high school, and I was like, well, we could do it, like, look at a club. And then so that's when Heat came around. It was like 2003, I think, I started the club with Heat was the main team, and kind of that started my path of being addicted to cheerleading and to where I am 30-some years later today. Still involved in cheerleading, and started teams at not only the junior high, then the high school, then opened my own club, and so on from there. I feel like everyone I've coached over the years has become a part of my family. Something that was really special for me was that my actual family has always been by my side through the years. I have 3 daughters who've all come up through cheer and who all have the same love and passion for the sport that I do and are still involved today. Aaliyah is my youngest of 3 daughters, and she was born literally into cheer. The Dartmouth High cheerleaders, some of whom I've coached for many years, brought me a Dartmouth High cheerleading uniform that was newborn size that they've made for Aaliyah. So she'd be truly part of their team from the minute she was born, which basically is what happened. It's just part of her DNA. So this is different. Tell me about your life in cheer.
Basically, I started when I was born because we were in the living room throwing my little 1-year-old self up in partner stunts. And then I think I actually started when I was like 3. So it'll be 18 years now in this sport. And it's taken up so much of my life, I don't even know what my life would look like without it.
Coming up in the world of cheer, like, you looked up to your sisters, obviously. What was cheer like in your household?
Mom cheered, oldest sister, middle sister, both cheered. They were both on heat. So I just grew up around everybody on heat, and they were all like my big sisters and brothers, and they just did everything with me.
You want to sit on my lap?
I always wanted to be on heat. That was like the dream. Like in all these pictures, my dream was to be on heat one day. And it just sucks that we closed our gym so early because I would have been on heat. But it definitely made its mark in Nova Scotia, at least, because even the gym I'm at now, like, people my age all know who it is.
When did you really start getting serious about cheer? Like, when did you really feel the pressure of competition?
Probably like 2018, 2019, because my first year at Worlds was 2019, and that was very nerve-wracking, like walking into the biggest competition in the world. And then last year was like nothing I've ever dreamed of before. We went, and I was hoping we'd get like 3rd in Canada to try and just make finals, and we ended up coming 1st in Canada, and we lost our minds.
What was the feeling when you heard your name called for that first place?
To just have that moment with each other, standing in that circle, we were all just crying in that moment together. We're like, I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, it's all a fever dream.
Look at me!
You didn't just walk away this year with 1 gold medal.
No, 2.
And what was the other team?
The other team was Adaptive Abilities, Team Canada. So we got silver last year and then gold this year.
What do you enjoy the most about that team that's different from the teams you've been on?
It's nice to just make everyone feel included. This team, so many people don't have a lot of years in cheer, and this is like, could be some of their only chances at going to Worlds. So it's cool to like put yourself in that spot with them and make it special for them.
Did you learn a lot being on that team?
Stop crying. I can't look at you. You definitely learn a lot about trying to make everyone feel included and working together as a team, encouraging them a lot, and making them feel like they're in a safe space to do what they love.
Mm-hmm. Next, I get a chance to sit down with my daughter, Megan. She joined Heat a few years after the Atlanta trip and stayed on for many years after that. She's now a veterinarian in Newfoundland and is coaching cheer still to this day.
I was at every practice. Like, I practiced before Heat, and I would just stay because I had to be there until Mom went home, and I wanted to be there. And I was always kind of secretly hoping somebody wouldn't show up so I could go in. I will admit. It wasn't always like the big important stunts or pyramids, but yeah, if they needed a base or a back, like sometimes Mom would just be like, hey, why don't you go in and do that? And I would. And I loved it. It was like, I felt like I was one of them.
So, Megan,
Yeah.
tell me how you got your start in cheerleading.
I basically grew up in it. So you were my coach from day one, but before that you were coaching the local junior high school, and I'd watch practices. They'd throw me around. I'd climb on people's backs and being an annoying little kid. And I just was in it from then on.
So how many years did you stay involved?
Still involved. So like 29 years.
What was your thought when you saw Heat coming together, pulling people back out of retirement?
I thought like that part was super cool for me, because I remember like growing up with them, and they've been such a big part of my cheer career and my growing up. And then when they started coming back into my life, I like, they're still in my life. I get to watch them do more cool things, and like the stuff they were doing was so much cooler than anything that I had ever seen. Right? Because that level of cheerleading when you're a junior high kid or a high school kid, like, is nothing the same. And so I just remember being like, wow, like, I want to be like them. We weren't anything like American cheer, but in Nova Scotia, that was the top. You were at the top, and you got here, and those were the people I idolized, like, my growing up. Like, they were doing all those hard, cool things, and I always thought, how cool would that be if I could get there? And I did. For me, it was kind of full circle, like, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Cheer now for you, what does that look like?
Coaching now is, yeah, where I'm at. I'm an assistant coach right now on a junior team in Newfoundland, and love it. It's great. I love coaching. I think that the kids teach me more than I teach them some days. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. I want to be in it forever.
And you can't. Like, there's no top out age. Like, look at me.
Yeah.
Still doing it. What do you think of when you think of cheer and your life?
Because I like haven't really known life without cheer. To me, it's kind of in my blood. Am I the best coach there is? No. Am I the best choreographer? No. But do I feel like I bring something back to the sport that maybe was given to me? Absolutely. Do I think that cheer is one of the most important parts of my life? Absolutely. I always like look forward to going back to the gym. Whether I'm watching, coaching, stunting, I love it.
Yeah, I think as a coach, it's one of the best things you can do.
Yeah.
Is give your passion to those athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want them to succeed, and I feel like cheer helped me to succeed.
I learned early on that at practice, she does not answer to mom. I don't think there was special treatment, no. Maybe harder on me then. But no, definitely not. Yeah. All of us were her kids, really. If you think about it, she's practically raised all of us together, so being blood doesn't change that.
Big family.
Absolutely. The best kind of family.
It'll be nice to sit down and talk about Heat with Shayla, because we don't see each other that often. She moved out west 10 years ago, I guess. Got married, had babies, cheered for a couple years out there, but we haven't actually reminisced about Heat in a very long time. So it'll be nice to hear from her perspective what it was like all those years ago. So, you're back.
I am.
And what year did you stop cheering? Let's start from there.
Well, I moved to Alberta in 2008, and then I cheered 1 year there, and then I stopped.
That was probably your first year not being coached by me?
Yes.
For sure.
It was a little different, but I don't know, you're pretty hard on me. Like, all the other girls, I didn't get special treatment.
No, you probably got it worse.
Worse.
The expectations were higher.
Yeah.
So when you're in high school thinking about being on heat,
That was like the ultimate goal.
so your big sisters
Yeah.
from when you were like,
Baby.
yeah. So then you got to cheer with all the OGs.
Yeah, it was nice that I was so young, because I did have like all of the original kids that were they were in junior high, and I was like hanging off their legs, and I'm the actual big sister of all of our siblings, so it was nice to have those other people that were my sisters but not really my sisters, and they all looked out for me and made sure I was good, and yeah, that was really nice to have.
So coming out of cheer, like, what was your biggest takeaway?
I think cheer is so important for so many reasons. It's not like other sports where if someone can't make a game, they just, whatever, it's fine, we'll just sub someone in. Like, no, you have a spot. You know what you do, and you do that exact thing. And not a single other person on the team has the same routine as you. Because so much is going on. The accountability is so much more in cheerleading, I think, than any other sport that I've personally seen. And you spend like the whole year practicing and practicing and practicing for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not an hour-long game.
Yeah.
It is 2.5 minutes of your hardest work you can possibly do. And then you have to do that at practice too. Because if you don't practice the way you're gonna perform, then you're not gonna perform good when you blank out in front of thousands of people on a stage that you can't see anyone. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't practice the way you're gonna perform, then when your mind goes blank, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Obviously, when you left, you missed cheer.
Oh
because
my
you
God,
cheered out west.
so much.
Yeah, and then you started coaching again.
Yeah,
So,
years and years later.
yeah. So what took you back to cheer?
Well, I was really, really missing it and seeing Aaliyah going to Worlds and doing all of this stuff. And I was like, man, like I miss the environment. I miss the teams. I miss everything about cheer. And I was like, I just need to be there.
I'm excited. It's gonna be so fun.
I honestly couldn't even tell you how many people's lives Mom has made better. She treated everyone exactly like her own kids. It's really unfortunate, but some kids just don't have that support system. And Mom is the support for anyone who needs it. Anyone at all who needs it. They can come to her, and she is there for anyone.
It felt so good! Wendy told us, just go out there and have fun. That's what we did!
Wendy, how would I describe Wendy? Like I said earlier, I think Wendy's kind of like a mom almost, right? And she's very supportive, very caring, but she's also strict, which is really good. It's kind of what you need in a coach. It's nice to have someone that's friendly and makes you feel like you're welcome to give your say and have your opinion, and she's someone who will let you have your opinion, and she'll hear you out and take into consideration, the input of the team. I think she did a lot of considering of the people around her and what they thought, and she really tried to make sure that people were happy, and it took time to listen to people. But at the same time, she also gave us a challenge, and she was also strict on us, and she held us accountable.
If it's off, hey, don't pull. You can't tell me that. I know, you were my top, remember? She pull up at anything. I'm like, just get ready to run.
Who's the best cheer coach in the world?
Wendy, of course. Oh my gosh. I don't think I could have a better coach. She's a hard ass, which is good, honestly. And I think that made a lot of people push to do it, but she also has a heart of gold. As much as you wanted us to work hard, do hard, at the end of the day, if we needed your shoulder to cry on, you were there for us. And I just...
Always.
everything about you. You just like made that full package of what a coach should be and what we want to have in a coach. So, yeah, I love you too. Aw, just give me a hug. I just love you so much. Yes. Yes.
I don't know where we would be today if heat didn't exist. Because I left high school and I was done cheerleading. There was nowhere for me to go until Wendy called me that day and was like, I'm opening up my own club. You have to come be on the team. And if that never happened, we would not be sitting here having this conversation today. And I probably wouldn't be a cheerleading coach. And my daughter might not necessarily be in cheerleading. And cheerleading might not be as big as it is in Nova Scotia today. Wendy opening DCF was like a huge chapter in the cheerleading world itself. It paved the way for so many athletes to become interested in the sport. And then you got to watch all these other gyms open and progress.
You were so intertwined and spending so much time that it did become a big family. And with that comes family dynamics and family fights and all of those good things. But yeah, it was a big, dysfunctional sometimes, but a big family for sure.
You will always be my coach and you will always be family to me too.
Yeah.
We've all seen each other through all kinds of different things in our lives. And you know, that's such a deep-rooted bond that will never go away.
I seem to remember, and I think it was you, hearing a knock at my door one night in a snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, come see what we're out doing. And you're like, have a toboggan. And you guys are zooming through my neighborhood and everybody else's on a toboggan in a snowstorm. And you wonder why I have gray hair.
Well, we couldn't go to mom and dad with half that stuff. We had to go to Wendy with all that stuff.
See, yeah, it's true, actually.
She was mom and dad, really.
Yeah.
No matter where people end up in life, she's always been cheering them on. And I think that that's something I carry forward because I've lost athletes over the years to different clubs, to different teams, and I'll never want them to not succeed. You know, it's not about that. It's about you go where it's best for you. You stay in the sport and you find your joy, and that's what it should be. So I get that from her, for sure.
The thing about Wendy is she has the biggest heart, I think, of most people on the planet. And so I don't think people over the years understood just how much she appreciates and cares for her athletes. And we use the word family, and that's generally how I think Wendy always views any of her athletes. And so she will go to bat for any one of her athletes at any time, and you won't find anyone with a bigger heart. And that's been the heart of all of our teams over the years, is her.
Hopefully land on 3, up, tuck, 5, 6, land back on 7, 8.
If you could look ahead and see some of these people in the future, what would your hope be that they would take from their experience with time with you, basically?
Just that they'd, I don't know, that they'd grow and be fair, you know, kind of like remember everything that we had to be here, you know what I mean? Take those life lessons from the gym, be fair, never judge a book by its cover, always strive to do your best, always give 110% or don't give anything at all. Basically, as long as they're doing that, they're going to succeed in life, you know? Because any one of them is capable of anything if they put their mind and heart to it, because they're all incredible people, you know? As long as they do that, then they'll be good.